Because my point, the end point of a sale for me is a decision, not a sale.
So let's summarize and document the lessons that I have learned from that Alex Hormozi video. Okay, so Alex Hormozi was sitting with on a podcast with a salesman. Okay, he was a great sales trainer, and the great thing he said that I'm not looking for sale. I'm not looking for a sale when I'm sitting with a customer. I'm looking for a decision. Okay, so the at the end of the conversation I just need a decision whether what's the decision of the customer. That's it. If you have that kind of mindset, it's very simple. You just need a decision of what you have said about a product. You just need a decision from that customer. It's not sale. You are not closing that person. You are not just taking that person away and capturing that, taking their powers. It's not like that. It's just like you have explained your services, the the values that you can provide to them, and at the last you just care about a decision. You just need that decision. Okay, so let's move forward with another lesson. So the sales trainer who was sitting on a podcast with Alex Hormozi asked him that, do you think the sales anyone can do sales? So the reply from Alex Hormozi is very astonishing and it's very true. So the Alex Hormozi says is anything, he believes that anything in the world can be trainable. Okay, it's his belief and it's some extent very true. Anything in the world, if we just break it down to the basic units and explain it to the persons, then anything can trainable if you are willing to give a lot time. Okay, and he also gave a good example that if Alex Hormozi is a co-owner of school and he doesn't have to just brief Sam Owens about how he will help him in the marketing, or Sam Owens don't have to teach him or tell him that Alex, do this kind of marketing, do this kind of content marketing, do this kind of ads for the school. He just have to say one word, yes Alex, you can take over the marketing and sales of school. That's it. Because Alex Hormozi says the more experienced the person in the skill, the less training you have to give them. You can just say straight to their face that hey, you can do this, hey, you can do that. If you have experienced closer, then you can just say hey, there are 5 sales call tomorrow, you can just take over it. That's it. But if a person is new, then you just have to give them everything from basics, from bottom to top. Okay, so if the person is here, you can just say that hey, tomorrow is 5 sales call, you can just take it over. And if the person is at the bottom, he is in the beginning, then you just have to teach them from the bottom. And it's all comes down to the company's tolerance level and time that they have. If they have money to buy, if they have money to pay good salespersons, then yeah, they can just go for that. But if they have no money, if they can tolerate 1 to 2 years for training a particular person of how to do sales from bottom up, then it's good for them. So it's all about the person's willingness to train a particular person and willingness to give the time. It's also willingness and it's also logical decision. Because if you are hiring some tech persons, then you can just say experienced tech person that hey, here's the problem and you can just solve it. But if you are hiring a beginner tech person, then you just have to teach them everything from hey, turn on this button, turn on that button, turn on this button. So yes, everything is trainable. It just depend whom you are speaking to. And if you want to train a skill, then it's just come down to breaking that skill down to the bottom, to the basics, and teaching them. And if and it's also depend on the tolerance levels of the company, that the company wants to just hire the top or they just want to train from the bottom. Okay, so it's all about preferences. But it also teaches us about that if anyone can learn skills, then we can too. if we just give enough time for ourselves to learn a particular skill. For example, if you want to learn sales skill, then if you just can give your time, if you just allow yourself the freedom to learn the sales without judging yourself early, then it is possible to learn that skill. If you just break that skill down to the basics and you just do step by step by step by step, and you should allow yourself complete freedom of no matter how much time it takes, but I'm gonna learn that, and you just don't judge yourself early, then everything is learnable. Any skill is learnable, and it is very true. It's just come down to breaking that skill down to the basics.